handmade pan pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, for a limited time only, get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
To do great things, sometimes you gotta break the rules. Surface Pro 4, a new screen for new perspectives. A new pen for new masterpieces. New speakers for a new sound. We reinvented the Surface Pro so you can reinvent everything else.
Our research shows that people really like how with DirecTV, you can put TVs anywhere and not see cable wires and boxes in every room.
Why can't we get people to just say cable schmables?
Hold on. I really like what you're doing there, because if we just add schma in front of something, it just doesn't seem like a big deal.
Box of schmoxes.
There you go.
Cold sore, cold schmar.
Yes.
Scotch schmotch.
What?
I'll take some of that schmotch.
All right.
Schmank you.
Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Friday. It's one of the greatest matchups ever. Former champion Frankie Edgar takes on Chad Mendez. And Saturday, UFC legend Uriah Faber takes one more shot at a title run. A weekend of huge UFC action starts Friday at 8 on FS1.
It's been 6 years since the Vikings have been in first place this late in the season, but today on Fox, the Seahawks come to town looking for win number 3 in a row. Let's go live to Minneapolis for the call.
Oh, it's a good one today, Kurt, from Minnesota. The Seahawks and the Vikings on Fox talk about playoff implications. We've got it here today. 9-time Pro Bowl safety John Lynch is my partner, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And so these Seahawks, John, they were 2-4. They weren't looking very good, but since they're 4-1, and Doug Baldwin told us the other day, we had to find ourselves. So the question is, have they?
Well, I believe Doug Baldwin is correct. They have found themselves, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. They can run it well. Of late, they've been throwing it extremely well. Defensively, they haven't been the same dominant team. Ben Roethlisberger had something to do that. Today, they have a very tough challenge with Adrian Peterson.
How about these Vikings? They're in first place. They're 8-3, but they're still looking for that really big signature win.
And what I would say is what a great opportunity today against the team who's been in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. If you want to do damage in the playoffs, you got to beat a team like the Seattle Seahawks at home. They've become a very hard team to beat, in Pete Carroll's words. He's a great admirer of Mike Zimmer and what he's done in Minnesota.
Yeah, last time Minnesota was home, it was Green Bay here in a big game, and the Packers took care of business out. So here are the Seattle Seahawks. And by the way, John, if the playoffs started today, this would be your first round matchup. Oh, it is a good one here in Minneapolis with the Vikings hosting the Seahawks. It should be fun. And then coming up in a few moments, the national anthem live from Pearl Harbor. It's the NFL on Fox kickoff coming up next.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Nationwide.
Your kickoff is coming up.
Hi, I'd like to make it
Rescan item. Rescan item.
It happens so often. You almost get used to it.
Representative.
Which is why being put first.
Relax. We've got this.
Takes some getting used to.
Oh.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Representative.
I got you something to keep you warm. On the inside.
At Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry for the holidays. The one that melts her heart. And it's waiting for you. At Jared.
Mr. King, what can you offer that your opponent can't?
Oh, 10 nuggets for $1.49. Thoughts?
Oh, $1.49 for nuggets.
There's no debate. Get 10 golden nuggets for just $1.49, only at Burger King.
Really, it was more like with like a
like a
no, it's a that's the one he wants.
Oh, we have that right over here.
We hear gamers loud and clear.
This holiday, hit the store that gets your gaming gift needs. This week, get a Skylander Supercharger Starter Pack for only $39.99 at GameStop. Rated everyone 10 and up.
As we get you set for football on this anniversary week of the attacks on Pearl Harbor, the USS Missouri, where Japan surrendered to end World War II, will be the site of today's national anthem, performed by the United States Pacific Fleet.
Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Hello, everyone. This feud has gotten a little out of hand.
When you think about it, all the scents are great. Friends.
They were best friends all along, they just didn't know it. But I started singing the song, and now the friendship's showing. They're best friends since about 12 seconds ago. They're best friends, and now they're really, really old. We are Fox Sports!
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going to change this now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going to change this now.
Compare new and used cars your way. We'll let you know when we find the perfect car with everything you want. Life happens one car search at a time. Autotrader.
Every insurance policy has a number, but not every insurance company understands the life behind it. For those who've served and the families who've supported them, we offer our best service in return. USAA, we know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
It's game day in America. Across the country, fans are watching football in a whole new way. You join a league, we pick a team, and we compete like never before. Today, watching football is more exciting than ever. Because today, we FanDuel. Start today and join the millions who've already played FanDuel. Enter the promo code and get a free entry into a 50-50 league. Just finish in the top half to win cash.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
These Most teams like to run the football. If you look in the NFL, maybe the run is coming back. All these teams are winning this year. And the Vikings and Seahawks, the top two in rushing yards per game. Minnesota with the slight edge there. Of course, it helps when you have the #1 back in the National Football League. And Adrian Peterson, 1,164 yards. But Thomas Rawls with the injured Marshawn Lynch, he's been fantastic, especially the last 2 weeks. And that's why these two teams are where they are. Mike Zimmer's Minnesota Vikings in first place at 8-3. And Pete Carroll's Seattle Seahawks back in the playoff picture, 4-1 their last 5 games. And that's why we've got a monster game here today in Minnesota. Down to the sidelines we go with Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. For all of the Seahawks talk about reestablishing their identity, playing more disciplined on defense, I bet you somebody who doesn't care, Adrian Peterson, the league's leading rusher, is probably also the league's leader in broken-hearted defenses. We talked to Seahawks defensive coordinator Chris Richard about the Peterson problem. He said it comes down to focus. Also, no peeking, no guessing. All 11 guys have to get to the football when Adrian has it. Back to you.
Pam, I like that. The Peterson problem.
And it
is a problem, John.
It is. And it is for 4 quarters. And that's the thing. 4 quarters of focus, 4 quarters of team defense to stop Adrian Peterson.
We are underway from Minnesota. It's Tyler Lockett on the return. He's got 1 for a touchdown this year, trying to make it 2, and a big return for the rookie in Seattle with a great start. 47 yards, John.
And Kevin, Tyler Lockett was brought into Seattle to inject some life into their return game. In the process, he's turned into a heck of a receiver and a productive receiver. But you see his talent as a returner. It's great instinct, and then ultimately it's about great speed. Tyler Lockett's been a huge contribution to the Seattle Seahawks this season.
And so after the Vikings won the toss and decided to defer, the big return, and Russell Wilson and company have it on their own 49 to start things off. They'll run it to Thomas Rawls, and he is buried, taken down by Harrison Smith. He was out last week versus Atlanta, and boy, are they happy to have him back.
Well, Kevin, he's a difference maker, and he's an old school guy. You see him see the run and then go attack it, blitzing into the backfield. And then Harrison Smith, a tremendous finisher. He gets there. He knows what to do.
Had a knee injury that kept him out versus the Falcons. Good to go today, number 22. It's a 2nd and 11. They'll fake the run. Here's Russell Wilson going to throw it to Cooper. Hellfield makes the catch. The tight end has enough for a first down. It's only his 2nd catch of the year, and with Jimmy Graham going down for the year last year, there'll be more to guys like that. Well, Russell Wilson, he's had a tremendous young career, and this is where he's really flourished the last part of the season.
Well, he's got great numbers, but the number that he likes best and the one I like best, the guy wins. And he wins when it matters most. He's had a phenomenal start to his career.
From the 39, it's Wilson. A lot of time. Now he's in pressure. Now he's just going to throw it away. Good pressure that time, Brian Robinson. So for these Seahawks, what are the storylines for them? Team that's been to the last 2 Super Bowls, obviously lost it last year. 4-1 their last 5 games. They have found their stride. At least most of their team has coming along. Still all about the ball. It's weird. They always get the turnovers, but they're only 1-4 when winning the turnover battle this year. Not like them, a playoff team. They weren't last week. If it ended today, they are right now. We'll get into that as this broadcast goes along. 2nd down and 10 for the Seahawks. Rawls coming near side. Good cut for Thomas Rawls, and he dives down. Ball comes loose. The ball is loose, but they say he was down on the ground. That's the initial ruling. It's recovered by Xavier Rhodes, but the ruling is that he was down. Oh,
that ball is certainly out. Now you got to see if there was a clear and distinct recovery.
Oh, there was. Got to challenge that. There it is.
There's the recovery by Exxon. And that will be Minnesota's ball if challenged.
Minnesota's challenge if the runner was
It's a clear recovery by Minnesota, and the fans are roaring because they just showed the replay here at the stadium. This one could be overturned. Challenge upcoming.
I've been to Denver, Salt Lake City, Houston, Seattle, Los Angeles, New York City, Portland, Chicago, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Mexico City, Dallas, San Diego.
Southwest flies all over the country and international. So no matter where you want to go, we've got a low fare to get you there. Book now at southwest.com.
I've been everywhere.
Mr. King, what can you offer that your opponent can't? Oh, 10 nuggets for $1.49. Thoughts?
Oh, $1.49 for nuggets.
There's no debate. Get 10 golden nuggets for just $1.49, only at Burger King.
Don't underestimate this spunky gift-giving powerhouse, because she went to Best Buy, and with the help of a blue shirt, got gifts that made her family's minds explode. Win the holidays at Best Buy.
Okay, so the government crash tested the F-150. The one with the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, bolted to a high-strength steel frame. And guess what? It made the strongest statement any truck can make. It pulled a 5-star safety rating on all sides for every cab configuration. Because when they say military-grade, they mean battle-tested. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
David, remember, she's my only granddaughter. Love, Dad. Get 20% off now at NFLShop.com.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide.
After review, the runner lost control of the football prior to being down by contact, and it was recovered by Minnesota. It will be first down and 10 for Minnesota at the 30-yard line. Please set the game clock to 13 minutes, 27 seconds. Minnesota is not charged with a timeout.
Kevin, you talk about making the most of your opportunities. Exxon, his second start in a row in place of injured Andrew Sendejo today. He strips it, and he's aware enough to get down and get that ball. Great play by the young safety.
Neither of these teams turn it over, so that's only the 12th giveaway for Seattle this year. So here's Minnesota on offense, and here's the league's leading rusher, and Adrian Peterson, who gets it. He's going to pick up 3 on first down. He had a monster week against Atlanta last week, did Peterson. 29 carries, 158 yards. And he leads the NFL in rushing, and we met with him, and he told us his body feels as good as ever at this point of the year.
He talked about last year with the controversy and missing last year being a blessing in disguise in terms of the football part of it. He said it's 400 hits that my body didn't take, and as a result, I feel great.
Second and 7. Peterson met head on by Bobby Wagner, spins away, still going, and a good run by Peterson. Breaks through the tackle of Wagner to pick up 4 more, so a 3rd and short.
You talk about running into a wall, but even running into a wall doesn't stop Adrian Peterson. Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, and what's he do? He just spins out of it and gets 2 more yards. But there's the team defense you're talking about, Kevin. You can't rely on 1 guy, 2 guys. You got to bring 11 hats to the football, and you got to do it play in, play out.
Jerick McKinnon comes in as the running back on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 3. Bridgewater in trouble, and down he goes. Frank Clark was there, the rookie. His 2nd sack in as many weeks, and Minnesota will punt it.
Well, the 2nd-round draft choice, he had a sack last week, Kevin, you mentioned, and he has one right here. He's a guy who's come on for the Seahawks. He's rushing in the middle, kind of spying Bridgewater, and just stays active, keeps the motor going, comes down with Teddy Bridgewater.
So Jeff Locke will punt it away. He hasn't been great with his depth of punts, but the coverage unit for Minnesota has been great. And that one, trouble getting away, and a low wobbly punt, but a Minnesota bounce, and a great bounce. Keeps going. Look at this. Well, on the stat sheet, this is going to look good. Wasn't the prettiest thing, but it worked. for Minnesota. Seattle will take over on their own 19-yard line. We get to see Russell Wilson back on offense. Turnover, and the Vikes can't do anything with it.
Comment vous allez l'appeler? Je sais pas. Et comment est-ce que vous allez l'appeler?
Stella. Named after a star, crafted as a holiday gift for the city of Leuven in Belgium.
Can't afford to let heartburn get in the way? Try Nexium 24-hour, now the #1 selling brand for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection with the new leader in frequent heartburn. That's Nexium level protection.
When Neil Lane creates a ring for today's biggest stars, it looks fabulous from every angle. And for Kay Jewelers, he does the exact same thing. Yes. Neil Lane Bridal, vintage-inspired rings at Kay, the #1 jewelry store for yes.
Every kiss begins with K.
Guys, Kay Jewelers would like to remind you, it's engagement season. And all engagement and wedding rings are 20% off this Friday through Monday only at Kay, the #1 jewelry store for yes.
Bring home the flavor with America's no-compromise pizza deal. Get any 2 medium pizzas with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty, just $6.99 each. And for the holidays only, add a warm, gooey, delicious Hershey's hot chocolate brownie. Only at Pizza Hut.
I'll never remember all the projects, presentations, or meetings I gave up my nights for. But days like this, I'll never forget.
Get out there in the 2016 Ford Escape. Be unstoppable.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Some big players missing today. Marshawn Lynch has been out a couple weeks with sports hernia surgery. Linval Joseph, who has been incredible this year, in the middle of that defense is out. And so Seattle, you bet, is going to test it by running up the middle like they do here with Thomas Rawls. John mentioned Sendeo out, but how about with Linval Joseph now? Exactly what does Minnesota have to do without him?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people at home are saying who, you know, because it's not a household name. But let me tell you, he's playing at an all-pro level. He's been phenomenal, stout inside, and then has been finishing as well. It's a big loss. Sharif Floyd and Tom Johnson will move over to the 3 technique to try to make up for Linval's absence.
Thomas Rawls, running back, is lined up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Oh, Wilson wasn't ready for the snap, and he's in trouble. Gets out of it. Flags flying. This play is dead. This play will not count. Seahawks move, and they'll move back 5. That was ugly from the beginning.
There's no play. False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's Gary Gilliam, the right tackle. Kevin, right there, we saw that spread look. It's something we've seen more from the Seattle Seahawks. Look at the right tackle, Gilliam. You see Russell Wilson getting surprised with that ball. But this spread attack has been very good to them, but it puts the onus on the offensive line and on Russell Wilson to get rid of the ball very quickly.
So the penalty makes it 2nd and 11. He'll get rid of it quickly here. It's Doug Baldwin out on the far side, out to the 25. He's going to pick up 6. Doug Baldwin had a career game last week. 3 touchdowns for him, 6 catches, 145 yards. It was that type of day. And you talked about the spread. You just don't see Seattle throw the ball as much as they have the last couple of weeks.
No, they're throwing it, and they're throwing it well. And you know what they found in the process is guys like this, they can make some plays as well. We're so used to Marshawn Lynch. And I actually think Marshawn being gone, they're developing another layer of their offense that when he comes back, going to be real tough to deal with.
3rd down blitz. Wilson hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had no chance. Brian Robinson was unblocked. And a flag on the far side of the field. So let's see what this is first.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 23. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
There's the 13-year vet, Terrence Newman. They get him at the start of that play. I tell you what, you know, that's something that's been an emphasis of the league. To me, that looked like the hand was inside, but that has been an emphasis, and Terrence Newman's been playing at a very high level.
They'll run it. And Rawls has a short gain. You know, Thomas Rawls, you know, you're so used to seeing Seattle with Marshawn Lynch. He's been really the identity of this team, John. Sports hernia surgery. They're hoping he comes back maybe last week or two of the regular season. This kid Rawls is an undrafted player from Central Michigan, and he has not just filled in. He's been borderline great filling in.
Well, like leading the league in yards per carry. He's great. I mean, he's been very good, and he's the head coach is fine. Pete Carroll's fine, and we'll tell you about that.
There's a quick hitter. Luke Wilson. Did he catch it? He did. Man, that was behind him, and Wilson held on for a great catch and a pickup of 14.
Luke Wilson is a guy that the Seahawks are very confident in. Last week I thought it was interesting. Jimmy Graham goes down. The next play, they throw to Luke Wilson for a 12-yard gain. Offensive coordinator Darrell Bevel said that was with intention. He wanted his team to know. He wanted Luke Wilson. Just because Graham's down doesn't mean we're going away from the tight end.
They go two tight ends here on a first down. A fake it to Rawls. Pressure going to set up the screen. There's Wilson. Gets by one tackle. Trying to get a block. Does. Wilson's got speed. And it makes a big play. A couple missed tackles. And Luke Wilson getting it done for 22.
Well, you've got to tackle. First of all, a very nice call. The pressure's coming. You leak Luke Wilson out, then tackling. Exxon misses him. Floyd has a chance. Chad Greenway gets juked by Luke Wilson. You've got to tackle in space to win in this league.
Richard Sherman fired up. And a 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. They go pistol formation here. Rawls met immediately by Kendricks. Game break time. Let's check in with Mike Hill.
All right, guys, Cardinals keeping it rolling against the Rams. Carson Palmer finding the rookie out of UAB. J.J. Nelson, great catch in the corner of the end zone. 7-0 Arizona in the first. Kevin, John, back to you.
All right, Mike, AZ has won 5 in a row. Second down. This time he's got time. Go throw to the middle of the walls, and he quickly turns upfield. He's going to be near a first down, I believe, a yard short.
Kevin, we're going to have to check on Anthony Barr, one of the star players for this defense. You see Seattle attacking this Minnesota defense right at the heart. Barr's not in there. You wonder what's going on with him. He's a game-changing player. He's a difference-making player. He's not in there right now, and Seattle's attacking that void.
That's it. That's news because he practiced on Friday. 3rd and 1. Seattle loves to take shots to the end zone here. And we get movement. And that's going to be on Seattle. And John, your point, you know, Barr has a hand injury.
Start. Offense number 64. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
J.R. Sweezy, the penalty. He has a hand injury. He's played with a broken hand, but he's been playing. But a groin injury surfaced this week. But yeah, we saw him. He practiced on Friday, so this is definitely news.
Kevin, we're at that critical 3rd down situation. This is where Seattle has been excellent the last 2 weeks. Struggled early in the year. The last 2 weeks, you see it, 56% on 3rd down. That's been a part of their offensive success.
See that pressure up the gap. Wilson gets rid of it coming near side. He's got a first down. It's Tyler Lockett, the rookie. And again, you see Seattle, as John, you mentioned, getting the ball out very quick.
Well, they have an offensive line that, frankly, they haven't been that very good. They're replacing 3 starters. They've moved some guys around. They struggled early on. So at the bye week, they went to Russell Wilson. Russell, we've got to get the ball out of your hands. We've got to get it to our playmakers. It's been a very good formula.
The penalty, too many men in the huddle.
5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So Seahawks had a little subbing problem. They had 12 in the huddle. That'll move them back. But this is a nice drive here. This will be the 9th play of this drive. And the developing stories. We know that Linval Joseph is out, and if Anthony Barr is not going to come back on the field, then Minnesota and their stout defense will play this game without two of their best, if not the best, defensive players. Here's a 1st and 15. Wilson comes near side, one-handed catch by Rawls. He's knocked out of bounds around the 20.
A real good play by Chad Greenway right there, and that's who's filling in for Anthony Barr. Now, Kevin, as I'm looking down there, no Anthony Barr, no Linval Joseph, and right now no Harrison Smith. So you're talking about the three best defensive players on this team. Two of them supposed to be playing today, and they aren't out on the field right now.
Now, Harrison Smith, we told you, was out last week with a knee. He also practiced Friday. We saw it with our own eyes, but that's him on the sideline too. So, man, injuries an issue. Wilson fires far side. Nice move out there. And again, it's Lockett. So the rookie has a big kickoff return, and now he's got a couple of catches, and a 3rd and short is coming up.
Yeah, right now it's about tackling in space. And who's this defense's best tacklers? Anthony Barr, Harrison Smith. And so Seattle very wise. Let's just get it in space, and let's see if these guys can tackle. And right now, the Minnesota defense, who usually is a very sure tackling team, struggling to do so.
Seattle's going to go 2 tight ends and an extra lineman here. 3rd and 1. They'll fake the run. Wilson in trouble. Look at the juke. And that move gets him a 1st down. Russell Wilson with the magic.
Oh, my. I mean, that spin move he makes right there, it reminds a lot of people of a guy that used to play quarterback here, Francis Tarkington. He gets out. It looks like he's dead to rights. He puts the little 360 move on him and then finds that 1st down. It's what Russell Wilson has done his whole career, and not much that Danielle Hunter can do right there, because it's just a better athlete beating you.
So a 1st and goal from the 5. A scoreless game here in the 1st. It's Rawls. Good cuts. Bounces off a Viking, and he's in. Touchdown, Seattle.
As Minnesota goes back and looks at this film, it's all about the tackling and the missed tackles. They're in the right spots. This time it's Trunzik, again, who's in there because Barr's out. Someone's there, but they aren't making the tackles. Rawls says thank you very much and goes into the end zone.
Steven Hauschka has missed 3 extra points the last 2 weeks, 2 of them blocked, which is pretty incredible because he's one of the best in the league. Try this one, and that one is up and good. Impressive drive from Seattle. 12 plays, 81 yards, 7.5 minutes. Russell Wilson does whoop, and he's got a 1st, and then Seattle scores, and it's 7-0 on the rookie Rawls from 5 yards out here in the 1st.
Apparently, the engineers who designed the Ford F-150 have been burning the candle at all ends. Because check out their latest brainstorm, Pro Trailer Backup Assist. Just turn this little knob on the dash, and it helps steer your trailer exactly where you want it to go. It's just one more bit of brilliance you can't get on any other truck. Freakish. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
Are those?
You there.
Stormtroopers!
Halt!
Turn here! Oh!
Follow them.
BB-8! This way!
Where'd they go?
They went that way!
That way. They went that way.
Oh, I can't believe that worked. Of course it worked.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm really high-voice Peyton Manning, and I have cable.
Only DirecTV lets you watch NFL Sunday Ticket games live on all your devices.
With cable, I can't do that. It's like...
I get to take all the games with me.
I sing with the Four Tunesmen.
Downtown ladies sing this song, doo-dah.
Don't be like this, me. Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
TMZ Sports, weekdays at midnight, except for Wednesdays at 12:30. Now on FS1.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the Ford F-150. Every other truck is history. By Target. Expect more, pay less. And by DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Well, the Seahawks put together a 12-play drive, and it took a while. Wonderful third down conversion from Russell Wilson with a juke move in the run, and then Rawls 5 yards out. But maybe the bigger story for the rest of the day is right there. Anthony Barr and Harrison Smith. Smith on your right. Not in the end of that drive, and that's a humongous problem if that remains. Here's Cordero Patterson. He's got 3 kickoff return touchdowns in his career, but this one only gets out to the 21-yard line. So without Marshawn Lynch, Thomas Rawls singing some sweet music. His 4th touchdown of the year, 7-0 Seahawks.
This holiday, Ford, America's best-selling brand, is giving you more. The Ford Holiday Sales Event with 0% financing for 60 months on 2015 F-150 and Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. Plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash on 2015 Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. It's the best gift ever. Now, during the Ford Holiday Sales Event, get 0% financing for 60 months. Plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash on select vehicles. See your local Ford dealer.
The dance that you're doing is how they do where you from? Hey, sticking out your tongue, girl, but you know you're too young. I'm so faded, no exaggeration. Back breaking like a percolation. Boys to the yard for some hip spanking. Way I make it drop down like an animation. Head to the flow, don't collect that dough. You better huddle up cause the beat's so cold. Yak it to the yak.
Dear Jen, this seemed like just the thing for your first Boston Christmas. Love, your in-laws Debbie and Bill.
Jenny, stay strong and warm. Love, Dad.
Get 20% off now at NFLshop.com.
Friday. It's one of the greatest matchups ever. Former champion Frankie Edgar takes on Chad Mendez. And Saturday, UFC legend Uriah Faber takes one more shot at a title run. A weekend of huge UFC action starts Friday at 8 on FS1.
7-0 Seahawks lead the Vikings here the first quarter from Minneapolis. And the Vikes will have it for the second time today, went 3 and out the first time. Here's Adrian Peterson looking to cut back, but Bruce Irvin is there, and he's tackled for a loss.
And Bruce Irvin was nicked up, played last week, but he's key to this Seattle run defense because of his ability to set the edge. Watch him take Kyle Rudolph, run inside of him. They contain it. Bruce Irvin right there to make the play. Seattle on point on their run fits right about now.
And so a second down and 11. Irvin has been a playmaker in his career. Peterson, they line him up to the bottom of your screen as a wideout. Bridgewater to throw. Pocket collapses. Now he's got room. He can run it. And he'll choose to do so, but a minimal gain. KJ Wright and Teddy Bridgewater. We had the Vikings last week in their win over Atlanta, and you said it. Don't know when it's going to be. They're 8-3, but he has been good. He's won. He doesn't make mistakes. At some point, maybe today, he is going to have to put the team on his shoulder and win a game.
Well, I tell you, I mean, right now it's looking like it may be today. Seattle doing a very nice job stopping Adrian Peterson. The question is, I don't think it's so much Bridgewater. Can this offensive line, if they fall behind, have to get into a passing game? Can they protect in the pass game? Thus far this year, they have not shown the ability to do so.
3rd down and 9. 4-man rush. This is blocked up. Looking for somebody open, and there's nothing there. Rudolph was on the ground. Now a very late flag comes in. Frank Clark was the guy trying to get some pressure there. on Bridgewater.
KJ Wright took Kyle Rudolph, who Teddy Bridgewater was looking for, to the ground. It's just a matter of whether it was beyond 5 yards or a defensive hold.
Part of the pass, illegal contact, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, that's huge.
Now, Kevin, what Seattle's arguing is that Bridgewater was out of the pocket, in which case you can hit the receiver, and I think they have a valid point. Bridgewater out of the pocket. There's the push on by KJ Wright. I think Richard Sherman, who was arguing the case, should be heard by the jury.
John, Terry McAuley is the jury today, and he made the decision that it's first down Minnesota.
He's judge and jury. I found that out during my career.
So that helps the Vikings, and they've got a first down. It's Mike Wallace in motion. They'll throw it again. Get it out to Peterson. He is met immediately at the 30 by KJ Wright. Good tackle. So for these Vikings, they come in first place, leading the Packers by a game in the NFC North. And you look at them, and they are an old school type team. Be who we are. That's what Mike Zimmer says. And what he means is they don't make mistakes. They don't turn it over. They don't get penalized. That's how they've won. AP all day. Yeah, they run it behind the league's leading rusher, Adrian Peterson, stepping up in class. This is what John talked about at the beginning of our broadcast. They're 8-3. They're playing well. They're doing a lot of good things. But this is a different animal today. The two-time Super Bowl team, the Seahawks. On the play fake, Bridgewater in trouble, and down he goes. He is dropped. Clark was there again.
Frank Clark with his third sack in 2 weeks. And you're going to see Clark working against Fusco, the left guard, and just run right through him on the way to Teddy Bridgewater. And this is where the Vikings have had issues, the pass protection. They lost their right tackle, Phil Lodeholt, to start the year. They're starting a rookie. Fusco moves from right guard to left guard. The center, John Sullivan's out. Joe Berger's filled in, but it's just not the same group, and they've really struggled to protect Bridgewater.
3rd and 12. Now the pocket collapses one more time. Asiata can't make the play, and they'll punt it. Irvin with pressure, Bridgewater down. And this is one thing about this Vikings team. You talked about the protection, but the way they're built, running, conservative, they're not built for 3rd and long, for being down by 2 scores. It's just not what they're made for.
Yeah, you just hit it. They're not built for 3rd and long. They're not built to play from behind. They're built to stay in games, make it a 4th quarter affair, and then Adrian Peterson wears you out.
So Locke, spiral punt this time. Lockett, 29, we got a penalty, 2 of them. And Lockett works his way across the 35, but 2 flags. So we'll get the calls there from Terry McAuley and company. 46-yard punt from Locke. And we'll see what the calls are here in the waning seconds of the 1st quarter.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 20. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
It's on Jeremy Lane for the Seahawks, but their football with a 7-0 lead. Bridgewater under a lot of pressure early. Slow to get up after this last one. Seahawks ball and their lead in the 1st.
Every insurance policy has a number, but not every insurance company understands the life behind it. For those who've served and the families who've supported them, we offer our best service in return. USAA, we know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Happy holidays! Switch to Cricket Wireless. And for a limited time, choose from 4 smartphones now free after mail-in rebate Cricket Visa promotion card. And get more 4G LTE coverage nationwide than T-Mobile or Sprint. Woohoo! From the Merrier carrier. Plus, get a $100 Cricket shopping card when you switch by December 6th, even if you don't need a phone. Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
Making Christmas wishes come true from wherever you are, and having dreams delivered to your door. For some of us, that's all in a day's work. Shop the way you live, love the way you shop, and experience more wonder every day. Walmart.
It's got a short neck and a long history. The original Miller Lite Steiny bottle is back. But not for long. It's Miller time.
He Gives Bad a good name. Lucifer, Monday, January 25th on Fox.
Well, that's a telling picture for Minnesota. Two of the three defensive players, Smith and Barr, Joseph, their linemen, already out coming into today. 7-0 Seahawks, final second to the first quarter, and their football on the 19, and they'll run it to Rawls. Good cut, makes a man miss. First down and more. Rawls with a big run, and he's got 20. Down to the sidelines. Let's check in with Pam.
Carries to the 39-yard line.
Well, Kevin, we got injury updates on those key Vikings defenders. First of all, linebacker Anthony Barr. He has re-aggravated that groin injury that he suffered last week against Atlanta. He's questionable. Safety Harrison Smith, you just may have seen him walk off to go to the locker room. He has a hamstring injury. He is questionable. Meantime, remember, Barr was to be the one who would spy Russell Wilson. Back here.
You're right, Pam. Huge news. End of one for Minnesota. Seahawks in front, 7-zip.
Fox Sports Salutes presents a college basketball doubleheader on FS1. First, it's a must-watch game between two top 10 powerhouses. 6th-ranked Oklahoma battles number 8 Villanova. Then, the Navy midshipmen square off against the Oregon Ducks.
What an athlete!
Live from the historic Block Arena at Pearl Harbor. The Pearl Harbor Invitational tomorrow on FS1.
For the American Idol farewell season, January 6th on Fox.
Opportunity has no slow season, no off days or downtime. Opportunity is everything you make of it. This winter, take advantage of our season's best offers on the latest generation of Cadillacs. The 2016 Cadillac SRX. Get this low mileage lease from around $339 per month or purchase with 0% APR financing.
It's game day in America. Across the country, fans are watching football in a whole new way. You join a league, we pick a team, and we compete like never before. Today, watching football is more exciting than ever. Because today, we FanDuel. Start today and join the millions who've already played FanDuel. Enter the promo code and get a free entry into a 50-50 league. Just finish in the top half to win cash.
Well, I guess one way to keep Adrian Peterson from killing you is just not to let him see the field. Look at those numbers after one quarter.
It's the best way, and also, you know, a way that has proven successful is to run the football at this Vikings defense. And now, let me tell you, that middle of the defense, well, you've got Linval Joseph out. You got Anthony Barr out. You got Harrison Smith. On all three levels, right at the heart of this defense is where I expect Seattle to continue to attack.
A little razzle-dazzle here coming to Lockett. And he did a good job staying in bounds. Did Lockett that time. He's going to pick up 7 yards on that run. Well, you heard Pam's report at the end of the first quarter. Smith and Barr out. As Mike Zimmer now, when you've practiced with these guys this week, how different is that, you know, first series of the game that you lose them?
Well, what Mike Zimmer needs to do now, he's got great players. They aren't on the field right now, so now you got to scheme it up a little. I would think you have to turn up the pressure. You have to manipulate some things and try to manufacture some things defensively.
Zone read and the Vikings all over that one. Daniil Hunter just crushed Russell Wilson. It'll be a third down.
Well, Daniil Hunter, we saw him earlier. get worked by Russell Wilson in space. This time he said not so fast, and what he did, he stayed at home and he attacked. You can't give a great player an opportunity. You can't sit on your heels. You have to be on the attack. That's what Danielle Hunter did successfully there.
It's a loss of 6 and a 3rd down and 9. Wilson coming near side. Lockett makes the catch, but a good tackle by the veteran Terrence Newman in Seattle. Will have to settle for a punt. Quick game break. Let's check in with Mike Hill.
All right, guys, both the Jets and Giants trying to stay in the playoff mix, and Dwayne Harris has been a godsend for the Giants on special teams, taking from his own 20-yard line, and he's going to the house. 80 yards on the punt return. The first punt return for a TD for the Giants since 2009 puts him on top, 7-3. Kevin, John, back to you.
Last time the Jets won in that series, John, and again, they don't play every year, it was 1993. A long time. Punt by Ryan. And Sherrill bouncing up out to the 25. Not a bad return. Seattle defense back on the field. They've been dominant so far. Seahawks up 7, early second.
I'm Billy, and I quit smoking with Chantix. I don't know that I can put into words how happy I was when I quit. It's like losing some baggage. I don't have to carry it around with me anymore. Chantix made it possible for me to quit smoking.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
Chantix definitely helped reduce my urge to smoke.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. Some had seizures while taking Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse, or of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you have these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Most common side effect is nausea.
Man, I love being a non-smoker.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Which truck brand do you think offers best-in-class HD towing, best V8 horsepower, and has this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year?
Ram.
Chevy. What do you think?
A Ford.
Oh, the Ford?
There's no reason why they shouldn't be.
Here's the answer. That's the Chevy Silverado HD, the Chevy Silverado, and the Chevy Colorado.
No way.
Chevy. Or this holiday season, trade up to this Silverado All-Star and get a total value of $10,000 when you finance through select lenders. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Are we truly alone?
Today's game is sponsored by Pfizer, by Amazon Fire TV, So Long, Showhole, and by Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's still finger-licking good.
That's a really neat timeline of the brand new U.S. Bank Stadium downtown Minneapolis. It's going to be ready for next year's preseason, and there it is out in the distance. Vikings have played here at the University of Minnesota. John, we got a tour here. The Vikings were nice enough to give it to us. It's awesome.
Stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. They've done a tremendous job. It took a long time to get done, but they got it done, and they got it done right.
I'll show you more later in the broadcast. Here's Peterson trying to get him going after the Vikings had 3 yards in the first quarter total, the lowest in a first quarter since 2011 for them, against a Seattle defense that got gashed by Pittsburgh last week. They let up over 500 yards.
Well, and this is a prideful group, and so you throw that at them, and everyone's talking this isn't the same Seattle Seahawk defense. I was down on the field before the game with Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor, 2 guys I respect immensely. You see them both there. They know they didn't play well last week. They know Big Ben Roethlisberger took advantage of their aggressiveness. They love a challenge like facing Adrian Peterson so that they can redeem themselves.
They've done it so far on 2nd down and 5. Bridgewater with a hitch goes other side of the field. Peterson brought down. Good tackle. One thing's for sure, John, Seattle's tackling today. They missed some last week.
It's a difference in this game right now. Now, obviously, we can talk about the Minnesota players, Barr and Harrison Smith not being out there, but that's the reality now. You gotta move on. But it's the tackling in this game, the fundamental things it always comes back to.
Now the other thing is here, they had Kerry Williams starting for the first 10 games of the year. He was benched a couple games ago, and that guy, Deshaun Shedd, number 35, is their new starting corner. He got beat for some deep balls last week, but he played pretty well in that game. So attention on him opposite Richard Sherman. He's at the bottom of your screen. right now. Third down, three-man rush, and that's caught by Diggs and a first down. So Minnesota finally can move the chains.
Really nice job by Stephon Diggs finding the soft spot in the zone. And Bridgewater taking a page out of Russell Wilson's book. Get rid of the football. Don't hold on to it. Find the soft spot in the zone and get rid of it. That's exactly what Bridgewater does to Diggs.
Big four.
First down, little pitch. Peterson swarmed by Seattle. Marsh was there initially, and then he got a ton of help, and he loses one.
That's a big-time play by a second-year player, a backup defensive end, Curtis Marsh. You talk about being on your job. This is really hard because all the action's going here. They even pull a guard, and now you're in space with one of the greatest athletes in the world. But Curtis Martin does the smart thing. He runs to that outside leg, knowing his help's inside. And here comes the posse. Adrian Peterson goes down. Well played by Curtis Martin.
Coming near side, Mike Wallace makes the catch, and he's got a big play. Minnesota fans wondering if Mike Wallace was still on the team. He's here, John.
He's here. And we're used to seeing the explosive plays from Mike Wallace. Well, sometimes you got to build into that. Catch the underneath ones. Good job by Norv Turner getting him isolated against that zone defense with the linebackers. The linebackers can't keep up with Mike Wallace. A good start for Mike Wallace.
Look at that. He had 2 catches the last 5 games, none last week, and that play went for 25 yards. That's his longest of the year. Part of that's not all his fault. Minnesota just doesn't throw it deep that often. Play clock winding down. On a 1st and 10. They'll flip it to Diggs. On the jet sweep. Oh, what a tackle! There is Deshaun Shedd, as we talked about.
You talk about fundamental football. Know your fits and make your hits is what Chris Richard, the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. You got to stay at home. Adrian Peterson's going the other way. He does his job. Now the hard part, you got to make the tackle, and he does in space against another tremendous athlete. Well played. And we're putting on a fundamental football clinic right now by the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Man, they haven't missed a tackle today. It's a big play. I don't know how far Diggs gets, but he certainly picks up some yards. And he loses 6. Play clock at 2 here. They're going to throw it. Flags fly. Bridgewater pumps. Going deep. Looking for Diggs. And he overthrew him by a wide margin. Richard Sherman was there on the coverage, but we got a flag. And let's see.
Illegal shift, offense. Number 14 never got set. Penalties decline, 3rd down.
You know, oddly enough, the last 2 plays, for whatever reason, they've gotten out of the huddle late. They were rushed against the play clock. Bridgewater recognized it, but Stephon Diggs hadn't been set for that full second. And so you got to get in and out of the huddle a little quicker if you're the Minnesota Vikings.
Is that on the quarterback, or I wonder if that's the play coming in or whatever? I mean, obviously they're home, so sound is not an issue right now. So it'll be a 3rd and 16.
Here we are, Kevin. It's 7 seconds on the play clock, and they're just getting up there.
Jerick McKinnon in the game as running back. 4-man rush. Pressure coming, gets rid of it. It's Rudolph, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 40. It's only a couple yards. See what Mike Zimmer does. This is on the front. This would be a bomb for Walsh, who's got that kind of leg. On a 4th and 13, but they're going to punt. Makes sense. What you're thinking would be a defensive game.
I think it does, Kevin, but I think, you know, the other thing is that I think has to enter Mike Zimmer's, with no Anthony Barr, with no Harrison Smith, you may have to be a little more aggressive than you might typically be.
Here's a punt, takes a Minnesota bounce and down beautifully inside the 5. Marcus Sherrills with the play down there. So Seattle starts in the shadow of their own end zone, under the watchful eyes of Russell Wilson.
You've been eye-guzzling that show for 58 episodes. But oh God, there they are. The final credits. You've fallen into a show hole. The struggle could not be more real. Why even have a TV? Then you see it. Amazon Fire TV's vast library of best shows ever. So long, show hole!
Skipper, let's see what the Colonel got you.
Okay. A KFC $5 fill-up? Yes!
Did you like it?
I got one too!
And honey, the Colonel didn't leave us out. She liked it, right?
It's a $20 family fill-up! That's a great home-cooked meal that we don't have to home-cook.
Man, I nailed it this year. It's finger-licking good.
Obviously can't fit this under a tree. How are you gonna hide this?
We asked real people what they thought of Chevy's holiday deals.
That's awesome. I like it.
I love it.
That's a really good deal.
Holiday gift, Christmas gift. This would be the best any gift, bar none.
Can I have the keys?
Wrap up the deals and wrap up the year in a new Chevy.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Cruise Limited for around $202 a month and get $1,000 lease cash on select Cruise vehicles in stock.
Can I take it home tonight?
David, remember, she's my only granddaughter. Love, Dad. Get 20% off now at NFLshop.com.
Who the hell are you? I'm a man with a second chance.
Aerial coverage provided by Nationwide today, giving you these great shots from Minneapolis. 7-0 Seahawks, second quarter. And after a good punt, special teams play. Seattle football, you see where they are. 1st and 10. They'll fake it to Rawls. Wilson in trouble, throws deep, and no one even close. Pressure was coming, had to get rid of it.
You know, Kevin, it's interesting. You talk about Seattle taking the opportunity with Marshawn Lynch to kind of reinvent themselves, and there are a lot of reasons. Number one, Russell Wilson was getting killed back there. So they go to this spread to try to get the ball out of his hand quicker, utilize their skill. And I think it's added another dimension, another tool to their toolbox. And like I said, with Rawls, and when you get Marshawn Lynch, this is going to be a much tougher team to defend.
That's Lockett, the rookie, in motion. They're going to throw it again. Wilson fires it to Lockett. Good catch, and surges forward, and he's going to be near a first down. Well, you talked about it as we welcome you into our booth. Here's John Lynch, looking fine today, I might add. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Seattle, have they found themselves? They're 4-1. I'll tell you one thing, their defense certainly seems like they found themselves.
Well, like I said, I mean, I've been there. When you're a really good defense and you get torched, you know, albeit by Ben Roethlisberger, you come back with a little, you're ticked off, and you want to show people, and you understand you've got a great opportunity against maybe one of the great backs of all time. They're stepping up to the challenge right now.
This is a 3rd and 1, but a whistle blows as we get a timeout. I believe it's Minnesota calling. Let's see. Waiting on the official signal.
Seattle is challenged that the runner made the line of game.
Oh, wow.
Timeout.
So Pete Carroll going to challenge the spot here on Tyler Lockett, surging forward. And we'll take a break, come back, and look at it ourselves. Challenge upcoming from Pete Carroll.
Which truck brand do you think offers best-in-class HD towing, best V8 horsepower, and has this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year?
Ram.
Chevy.
What do you think?
A Ford.
The Ford?
There's no reason why they shouldn't be.
Here's the answer. That's the Chevy Silverado HD, the Chevy Silverado, and the Chevy Colorado.
No way.
Chevy. Or this holiday season, trade up to this Silverado All-Star and get a total value of $10,000 when you finance through select lenders. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Mr. King, what can you offer that your opponent can't? Oh, 10 nuggets for $1.49. Thoughts?
$1.49?
There's no debate. Get 10 golden nuggets for just $1.49, only at Burger King.
At this moment, all of my past accomplishments mean nothing. Better starts now.
Citizen, satellite wave GPS, worldwide accuracy in 40 time zones. Citizen.
To do great things, sometimes you gotta break the rules. The all-new Surface Pro 4, a new pen for new masterpieces. We reinvented the Surface Pro so you can reinvent everything else.
You woke up in a van with a tuxedo tattoo and a serious case of dry mouth. There's only one question. What would Cooper do?
My name is Cooper Barrett. My friends and I are here to screw up our lives so you don't have to. Do you mind washing your hands before you punch me?
Give me all your money.
Cooper Barrett's Guide to Surviving Life premieres Sunday, January 3rd on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Third down for Seattle. Seattle is charged with their first timeout.
That was an interesting challenge, John, by Pete Carroll. And here's the replay. It's tough to see.
Well, I think he got bad info. Watch Lockett go down. Now watch Chad Greenway right there. Touches him on his backside, and he's short of the line to gain. Pete Carroll's listening to someone up top. Someone gave him bad information.
So that means Seattle has one challenge for the rest of the game now. Once you lose one, you're not getting an extra. And it's still 3rd and 1. Zone replay rolls, and he surges forward enough to move the chains.
You know, Kevin, he's got Thomas Rawls. He's got some of that. When Pete Carroll went out and got Marshawn Lynch, he talked about we wanted to close the circle on our toughness of our team. Well, then you start looking for guys that are similar to Marshawn. He's got a guy different in stature and things, but he runs hard and he runs physically. It's fun to watch him play.
And we get some flags. I mean, Rawls against Cincinnati had 169
False
yards.
start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, first down.
He had a 209-yard game against the 49ers. So what's his journey? He went to Michigan initially. He just really didn't play. It was not a factor that he didn't get the ball. So he transferred to Central Michigan, and that's where he started to put up some numbers and do his thing. He went undrafted. But as you said, John, Pete Carroll loved him, made the phone call right after the draft was over. And then, yeah, with Marshawn Lynch, been really banged up all year and now out with sports hernia surgery. All he's done is lead the NFL with a 5.6 per carry. It's been quite the story. Four-man rush. Wilson fires. Doug Baldwin makes the catch and immediately hit by Terrence Newman, the 37-year-old veteran. And we met with him the other day. He said, how at 37 are you playing cornerback? And what was his secret?
Pinot Noir. he likes a good red wine. And he said, you know, seriously, he enjoys it. But the real key is he's 37. He can still run. And that's what you have to have at that corner position. He can still run. Has he lost a little bit of his top end speed? Yes. But he can still run well enough and utilizes all that experience. He's playing very good football for Mike Zimmer.
Wilson throws it. Catch is made. And the tackle immediately made too. Baldwin with the catch and Rhodes on the quick tackle. So we get 3rd and short again.
Kevin, the culture of this league is guys look at veterans like Terrence Newman and say, how's he last so long? And he said, the funny thing now is the younger guys will text him pictures of them drinking Pinot Noir thinking that's the secret. It's the fountain of youth in Minnesota.
I think he was just trying to say he's aged like a fine wine, John. 3rd down and 1 for the Seahawks. And Rio and Rawls with a big gap, speeding through and a first down. He went through that hole like a lightning bolt, and he picked up 19.
Well, I hate to keep hammering the same point home, but it's there, and it's present, and it's obvious. Linval Joseph's not there. Anthony Barr's not there. Harrison Smith, so what do? You attack him right in the heart, and that's exactly what Darrell Bevell, Pete Carroll are doing with Thomas Rawls, and it's paying dividends.
Dwan Harris checks in the game for the first time for the Seahawks. They just activated him off the practice squad. Wilson fakes it to him. Pressure. He's in trouble. Spins away calmly from Hunter. And had Helfet wide open, and he dropped it. Beautiful play by Russell Wilson, but Helfet just couldn't hang on.
Daniil Hunter, he's still chasing him. You know what? And he's 1 for 3 right now. And I think you got to approach it like baseball. 1 for 3 is pretty good against Russell Wilson. The point is he's continuing to pressure him. Just a miss by Helfet. But Russell Wilson's brilliance. It is a fun player to watch, Russell Wilson.
Could have been a big play, instead incomplete. Second down. Harris gets the carry, the former Packer, as they spell Rawls here. And he's going to pick up a short game. They've got Fred Jackson on the roster as their backup back, but at this age, he's 34. Fred more of a third down pass catcher than a runner. At least that's how they view him.
They've got a lot of great options, you know, and that's part of the deal, Kevin. You know, we asked the question early on, is it a playoff team? I believe so, and I believe it's also a playoff team that no one wants to see. You're going to get a fresh Marshawn Lynch back along with Rawls, with Russell Wilson, an expanded pass game. I mean, this team, now we see their defense playing well. Watch out.
And Jackson in the game in the backfield, number 22. He's been a good pass catcher his whole career, this year too. Wilson gonna air it out deep for Lockett, and he gets belted. There's a flag he held on to. It's gonna be a catch, it's gonna be a penalty, and a big play for Seattle.
First of all, great throw by Russell Wilson. We'll listen to Terry McCauley. It's gonna be defenseless player hit on Exum, but what a catch by Lockett. He knows the hit's coming. He braces for it, catches it, gets right up.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 32. Illegal hit on the defenseless receiver. Half distance to the goal. First down.
Not the matchup they like. Lockett working against a safety. Look at this throw. Just beautiful. Even throws it behind to slow him up. Lockett knows the hit's coming. Braces for it. And comes down with the football.
Yeah, you can't go to that head or neck area, as was done on Lockett there. He's had a big start. He had the big kick return to start things off. You had Sherman going nuts in the background.
Kevin, we really got problems now if you're Minnesota. Blanton now is going out. Well, Harrison Smith's already out. Sindeo, they don't have any more safeties left.
Wow. The 36 goes out. Exum has been in there. Harrison Smith is out. Exum played last week. I wonder whether they put Newman at safety?
They're putting Terrence Newman at safety. That's exactly what they're doing. There's Terrence Newman.
So Minnesota injuries. Really a story today on their defense. First down. Wilson to throw. Pressure coming. And this time they get him. It's Robinson who hung on for dear life. And now a late flag after Wilson was down. Russell took off and ran into the end zone.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 96 after the play. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
I didn't see it, John. We'll find out when we look at a replay.
Well, Robinson's going to be coming from Russell Wilson's right side. He brings him down. Well, look at, he brings him down again because Russell Wilson gets up to run.
Man.
Now, Terry McCauley, I understand protecting quarterbacks, but this is a mobile quarterback. One of the toughest guys in the league to bring down. He is down, but I understand exactly what Robinson's thinking. He doesn't know. He's just playing football. Bad call.
Wow. And a huge call. 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll give it to Rawls up the middle. He's inside the 10 before he's tripped up by Griffin. So a couple of 15-yard penalties really aiding Seattle on what's already been a good drive. 12th play of the drive coming up.
Kevin, I think sometimes these officials, I understand rules are rules. You got to put yourself in the player's position. Russell Wilson, maybe the most elusive quarterback we've seen in years in this league. So hard to get him down. You don't know if he's down. He's getting up to run. Brian Robinson-Simpson, it's not like he hits him in the head. He pulls at his foot. 15-yard penalty.
Robert Blanton is back at safety, number 36. That's good news for Minnesota. Wilson to throw, going end zone, incomplete. Helfrich, the tight end, was double covered. To your point, you know, if you're down on the ground and Wilson got up runnerish, Russell was saying, hey, I'm not down. It's just a tough spot all around. So it brings up a 3rd and 7. Seattle can get a first down at the 1. They don't have to score to keep this drive going. Remember where this drive started. They were in the shadow of their end zone. Third down 7. Wilson going to run. Looking for a seam. Diving for the end zone. He's in.
Wilson is in for a Seahawks touchdown.
You think about the swing on this drive. Brian Robinson has a sack. Instead, 15-yard penalty. That puts him in position to score. You give that much green grass to Russell Wilson. Good night. And he puts it in the end zone for the Seahawks.
He's in. 8-yard run for Russell Wilson. It's his first rushing TD of the season. And now the extra point by Hauschka, which is good. 2 monster touchdown drives for the Seahawks today. That one, 13 plays, 98 yards. And it's 14-0 Seattle.
How are those Santa letters coming along?
Great, Mom.
The triple treat box from Pizza Hut turns any night into a holiday. Get 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a Hershey's cookie. Unwrap this incredible box at an incredible price, just $19.99. The triple treat box. Only at Pizza Hut.
This helps me to manage my chronic pain, but it came with some baggage.
You're not the only one. Opioids block pain signals by attaching to something called mu receptors here, but they also attach to mu receptors in the bowel, and that can cause opioid-induced constipation, or OIC.
I could struggle with OIC the whole time I take my opioid?
Maybe not. There's Movantic. Movantic can help reduce OIC by blocking opioids from binding to mu receptors in the bowel. Do not take Movantic if you have a bowel blockage or a history of them. Serious side effects may include a tear in your stomach or intestine, and can also include symptoms of opioid withdrawal. Common side effects include stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea, gas, vomiting, and headache. Tell your doctor about any side effects and about medicines you take, as Movantic may interact with them, causing side effects.
So go on. Talk to your doctor about opioid-induced constipation.
And ask if once daily Movantic is right for you. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Cooper Barrett's Guide to Surviving Life. Sunday, January 3rd on Fox.
Reed Lips, Brian Robinson to Terry McCauley, the referee. I didn't know if he was down. John would have had a sack of Russell Wilson. It would have been a 2nd and 18 from the 22. Instead, it was a first down all the way up to the 11. Bad call. Change that drive. Now, I'm not saying Seattle wouldn't have scored, but 2nd and 18 is a lot different than 1st and 10 from the 11.
It sure is.
Oof. So, a big play. And now Minnesota in a giant hole. Cordero Patterson going to take it out. And that turns out to be a bad decision as he rolls out to the 14-yard line. And we've got 2 minutes to go in the first half. All the momentum towards Seattle. Penalties a factor right here for 15 yards. And Seattle taking advantage. 14-zip.
obviously can't fit this under a tree.
How are you gonna hide this?
We asked real people what they thought of Chevy's holiday deals.
That's awesome. I like it.
I love it.
That's a really good deal.
Holiday gift, Christmas gift.
This would be the best any gift.
Bar none.
Can I have the keys?
Wrap up the deals and wrap up the year in a new Chevy.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Equinox LT for around $243 a month and get $500 lease cash on select Equinox vehicles in stock.
Can I take it home tonight?
This is the one place we're not afraid to fail. Some of these experiments may not work, but a few might shape the future. Like turning algae into biofuel. New technology for capturing CO2 emissions. And cars twice as efficient as the average car today. Ideas ExxonMobil scientists are working on to make energy go further, no matter how many tries it takes. Energy lives here.
I got you something to keep you warm. On the inside.
At Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry for the holidays. The one that melts her heart. And it's waiting for you. At Jared.
This is our steakhouse, where we start with a cheesy mountain of chips, add a double portion of grilled steak, then load them up right to create the new Boss Nachos. A steakhouse dinner that's anything but traditional. Only at Taco Bell.
Bud Light has your commemorative Super Bowl Series cans. Build your dynasty today.
And now, fill your world with sound. Celebrating this week's loudest stadiums, brought to you by Bose for exceptional wireless sound anywhere.
1, 2, 3, Seahawks!
In one of the world's loudest stadiums, Seattle quarterback Russell Wilson threw 5 touchdown passes last week. 2 to Jermaine Kearse and 3 to Doug Baldwin, leading the Seahawks to a win over the Steelers. Fill your world with sound from Bose, official sound of the NFL.
Get apps, videos, and more at itunes.com/NFL. Temperatures in the high 30s today. Not bad in Minneapolis, but Seattle has dominated this game. Vikings have 6 rushing yards with 2 minutes to go in the half. For a running team, that's not going to get it done. They'll hand off here to McKinnon. Peterson getting a rest on the bench. He's out to the 20. Vikings have 3 timeouts left here. Obviously, we'd love to get something on the board. That's not abnormal. Peterson's probably fine. We were talking to North Turner. He said, hey, we'll give him rest, especially in the first half, so he's fresh later in the game. And this one tipped incomplete. Frank Clark has had some game.
You know, Kevin, he had a tremendous, speaking of Frank Clark, he had a tremendous preseason. He was all over the field pressuring. He got hurt early in the season. Tweaked a hamstring and then re-injured it, and it took him a while to get back in the groove. Of late, the last couple weeks, 3 sacks, but then consistent pressure, and they need it. They really need that depth in the defensive line that they've always had.
Seattle showing pressure up the middle. They back off. 4-man rush. Bridgewater near side. It's Jarius Wright who has the first down. Clock moving. Minnesota's not going to call a timeout here, I don't believe. And now we get a timeout. And they do call one. All right, so 1:29 to go in the half. And the Vikings have called their first timeout. Trying to get back in this game. Vikings not thrilled. Down 14.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Who's the wet naked guy?
Barry. I have no idea what I want to do with my life.
Right, because you're not ready to be a man.
Did my dad put you up to this?
Are you two together?
Neighbors.
God, no.
Cooper Barrett's Guide to Surviving Life premieres Sunday, January 3rd on Fox.
Come on, guys, huddle up. Let's play a game. We're gonna start by hopping over the fence while doing hopscotch.
He's gonna get the ball.
Trying to get to that cone. Oh, you can't cover it? Oh. You have to add obstacles. Sprint back, do 5 jumping jacks. 3, 4, 5.
5 yards behind me.
We're gonna touch the tractor, and the person that swings on the branch first wins. But if you stop, get out. You guys ready?
Ready?
Let's go! If you can imagine it, you can play it. Get out and play for 60 minutes every day. You guys want to play?
What we're about to do should be left to God.
Why did you do this to me?
You're the first to journey all the way back.
He's stronger than predicted. I've never been able to do that.
Your family buried you.
Those killers are out there in my city. My son is in trouble. Who are you? I'm a man with a second chance.
Week 13 continues later today on Fox, and for some of you on CBS. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN.
The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken. And tomorrow, he'll be breaking down the college football playoff selections, plus everything that happens today in the NFL. Don't miss the Herd every weekday at noon Eastern, only on FS1. So here's what we've got. 14-0 Seahawks, 1:29 to go in the half. Vikings football with a couple of timeouts to go. It's got time here. Now Bridgewater on the run and goes to the far sideline where Rudolph catches it and goes out of bounds to stop the clock. Pretty cool. They were chanting actually Teddy during the break, trying to get this Vikings offense going. For that man, Teddy Bridgewater. One thing about him, he has done exactly what Mike Zimmer's asked. He's kept it conservative. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's only got 8 touchdowns on the year, but he doesn't make the big mistake. But they've also kept the play short. Last week, he only threw 2 balls that were past 11 yards. I have to change that up today. On second down, a lot of time. He lets it fly for Diggs. Overthrown, and it's intercepted on the play by Earl Thomas. Thomas still going. Now ripped down to the 35 by Diggs, and a penalty. It might be a face mask. What a big turn of events. So he finally lets one go, and it's not the result he was looking for.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Passing team number 14. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, first of all, the high ball. Teddy Bridgewater does have a fundamental flaw in the way he throws the football. His elbow drops down. That causes the ball to sail. But second point, Earl Thomas, we talked about it earlier. He did not play Earl Thomas-like football last week. Great players, they don't do it 2 weeks in a row. They come back and they do something about it. Earl Thomas on the spot, then gets up and makes the return. He's a playmaker, was disappointed in the way he played, and came out and tried to do something about it, and now he's dancing.
And you saw the face mask at the end of it by Stephon Diggs to add 15 yards. For Thomas, his 4th interception of the year. Teddy Bridgewater had Diggs there. He just missed him, and now this is enormous with 1:08 to go. Seattle on the verge of blowing this out early. Up 14, and the ball spotted on the 20, and they've got 2 timeouts left here in the half. Russell Wilson has been sizzling. 13 of 17 throwing the football. And he'll throw it again. Looking over the middle, he's got it, and it's a touchdown to Baldwin. Seattle on fire.
Kevin, Mike Zimmer talked about it. He referred to it as the high red zone. Darrell Bevel, the offensive coordinator, he calls it the big red zone. That 20 to 30 yard line is where Seattle likes to take shots for the end zone. They call it the philosophy, touchdown to check down, always looking deep. That's where they find pay dirt. On time throw to Doug Baldwin, perfectly thrown by Russell Wilson.
Baldwin a career-high 3 touchdown week last week. He picks up another today. And I think the Seahawks are sending a message to the NFL that, hey, boys, we're back.
We are back, and we are back in a good way.
Look at Wilson.
I mean, that's threading the needle. Look at that. In between Newman, right in front of Exxon. Throwing the ball on time is what this league's all about at the quarterback position. And when Russell Wilson can do that, then also have the ability, if nothing's there, to run around and make things happen. He's very tough to stop.
Coming into today, Russell Wilson was completing 68% of his passes. That by far was a career high. That's also a great number for any quarterback. Today, 14 of 18, has one drop in there too. 166 yards and a touchdown. That's 78%.
That's called on fire.
Unbelievable.
And that's exactly where he is right now.
That's today. Also has the rushing touchdown. How about the last 2 games? That's massive. And those games coming into today. So the last 3 games combined, he's up around 77% completions. I thought Seattle couldn't throw the ball. Here's the kick. Patterson going to let it go out of the back of the end zone. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
I'm on the deck of the USS Missouri, and coming up on this very special Visa halftime show, we will be live on sacred ground here at Pearl Harbor, as we have been all day. This area, like so much of America, protected by the brave men and women of the U.S. Armed Services. And what could be more American on a Sunday than talking a little football? We'll break down all the games for you on the Visa halftime show live from Pearl Harbor.
Aloha, Kurt and boys. I tell you, Kevin, it always makes me proud to work for a company who does things like that, understands the responsibility. What a great day.
74 years ago today. Bridgewater, minute to go. Gonna sling it over the middle. McKinnon and Bobby Wagner's there. They got 2 timeouts. At this point, I almost wonder if they just want to run it down the way this half has gone. That last touchdown's a killer. I mean, 14-0 as it was. Obviously, the penalties, and everyone's feeling kind of sour after the big penalty on Robinson. And then the pick, and then a touchdown on one play. Another quick hitter. Going to be close to a first down, depending on the spots. John, if you're Mike Zimmer, this team is not built for this. What's going to happen at halftime down 21-0?
Well, you remember early in the game our storyline, she said, know who you are. You know, they know who they are. And one of the things they know, they're not built. And so, but as a coach, you got to find a way. You got to try to manufacture some offense and play some defense and get some stops with a couple of your best players out.
Got a game break. Let's check in with Mike Hill.
Guys, Jets, Giants going back and forth. Tied at 10 here in the second. Eli Manning to guess who? Odell Beckham Jr. And he's gone. 72-yard touchdown catch, 10th TD of the season. 17-10 Giants with the lead.
Every one of his touchdowns a slant that he takes 75 yards for a score, because it feels like it. Bridgewater in trouble, gets rid of it, incomplete. He was about to go down. Frank Clark again down at the legs. They have to uncover he and Bridgewater. Frank Clark is having a coming out party. He's already got 2 sacks. He's been involved in a lot of these plays.
And Kevin, I think it's so important because, you know, it's been well documented. Seattle struggles in finishing ball games, and I think a lot of it goes back to, you know, you remember Seattle 2-3 years ago. Bennett and Averill, they played about 60% of the snaps. They were fresh all the time. Well, Red Bryant leaves free agency. Chris Clemens, Tony McDaniel. You keep taking hits to your depth. It affects you in the fourth quarter of games. And now you get a guy like Frank Clark, put some energy in that front.
McKinnon drops it. Oh, the Vikings are just all messed up right now. They need the break. Go back and recompose themselves. It'll be a 3rd and 10. With 14 seconds to go. No, but your point is taken. You know, one of the things when you're a team like they've been great last couple years. A couple things. They'd pay their quarterback, Russell Wilson, so now there's not enough money to go around. And then there's other guys wanting to capitalize on that, and they want to make their money in free agency.
It's dealing with success in this league, and that's why it's hard to stay on top. It's why it makes so impressive what the Seahawks and Patriots and teams like that have done.
3rd down and 10. 4-man rush. Bridgewater gets out of the pocket. He had time to hang in there, but he got out through it, and it's incomplete. And with 7 seconds to go, they'll punt it away.
Teddy Bridgewater under duress all day long, and most of it coming from a guy not many people know about named Frank Clark. He's done it inside, he's done it outside. He has harassed Teddy Bridgewater and pumped life into this defensive front of the Seattle Seahawks.
The punter away, and it's blocked. It is blocked, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And now we'll see where the clock was. That went out of bounds. It's at 0. Seattle says we want a second back. Minnesota's running off the field. Kevin Pierre-Louis is the guy that got his hand on it. Well, the Vikings running the field. I got to tell you, I thought there was a second left. I really did. Let's watch.
Pierre-Louis right up the gut. Remember, Derek Coleman early in the game came very close to the punt block. This time, Pierre-Louis gets it. Let's look at that clock, Kevin.
Let's see. Now, yeah, here's the deal. Mike Pereira reminds us from L.A. You cannot put back just a second on the clock. Just because of the differential, it's a human error type thing. It's got to be 2, and clearly, I think from that, there wasn't 2 seconds left. So it should end the half. That's the bottom line for the Vikings. Mercifully, they've got to go regroup. Seattle dominant in this first half. Injuries, penalties have bitten the Vikings, and Seattle has been brilliant on both sides of the ball. Seahawks 21-0 in the lead here in Minneapolis. Let's go to Hawaii with Kurt and the guys for the halftime show right now.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online.
And we come to you live from the base here in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. That's the USS Missouri. We're right beside it and right in front of the USS Arizona Memorial as we welcome you to the Visa Halftime. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. The Seahawks with their biggest halftime lead in 20 games rolling over the Vikings right now. So what else is going on here in Week 13? They ask Terry Bradshaw.
All right, let's take Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rolling right, and then finally Jameis Winston keeps it for himself on a 5-yard touchdown run. A good close football game with the Falcons going up on top with 3 field goals in the first half. 9-7 over Tampa Bay. Bengals and the Browns. See what happens. Manziel hoping to put that was Austin Davis making his first start, but Andy Dalton, quarterback for the Bengals, going in from 3 yards out, 7-0 Bengals. And then you wonder what happened to the coverage. The cornerback, no jam on the receiver. Safety did not get over, and all A.J. Green had to do is go down the field. 20-0 Bengals on top of the Browns. 49ers at the Bears. Jay Cutler just had a new baby. Got 3 babies now. Baby, baby, baby. Didn't see this baby. Jimmy Ward steps inside.
Oh, baby.
Picks this old baby off for 29-yard interception return for the touchdown. We are tied at 6-all. Then under ball handling. Great effort by Matt Forte from 5 yards out. Tie ball game, 49ers and the Bears. That is with 1:39 remaining in the first half. Cardinals at the Rams. Carson Palmer. You got to be set. Yeah, pumping it up. Guy could be the MVP in the league. Down to the right side. Gorgeous throw. Great concentration by J.J. Nelson. 22-yard touchdown. 10-0 Cardinals on top of the Rams. Jets, Giants. Giants, Eli, empty backfield looking. Quick post over the middle. No safety support. And there goes Odell Beckham. 72 Jr. 72-yard touchdown reception. Giants 20. New York Jets 10.
Brother Odell scoring from a long way away.
Hurdle there.
Houston riding that 4-game win streak into Buffalo.
Tyrod Taylor, under ball handling, fakes it, keeps it. Great effort by Taylor outside, no containment, 8-yard touchdown run. 14-6 Buffalo. And then it's Hoyer to Chris Polk on an 11-yard touchdown after a reception and a great effort to get in from the remaining 2 yards, 21-13 now. It is Buffalo Bills on top of Houston Texans. Ravens at the Dolphins. Bootleg, set up, play action pass, gun it down the right side. Great concentration. Devontae Parker going up high for the 38-yard touchdown. No safety in the middle. Single coverage, 16-0. 15-0 now. It is Miami on top of Baltimore. And then the Jaguars hosting the Titans. The Titans holding the Jaguars. There's Walker going inside on a 7-yard touchdown reception from Hawaiian's own Marcus Mariota, 21-12 now. It is the Titans on top of Jacksonville.
Maybe Mariota was waiting for us to come here to win that 3rd game of the season. Jimmy, Seattle and Minnesota.
Yeah, Kurt, in the pregame show, we talked about how Seattle's getting playoff ready, and their defensive front's just controlling the line of scrimmage there. Minnesota, they can't protect. They've got all kinds of offensive line problems. They've had all kinds of injuries. Adrian Peterson only 10 yards, rushing, and then you got 68 total yards for the offense. Bridgewater's under siege on the pass rush. The other thing is they don't have the ball because Seattle's moving the football. Russell Wilson doing a great job of avoiding the sacks and making big plays just with his feet.
Well, in Seattle, they're continuing to third downs. They're continuing to sustain drive. They're 6 or 7 on third downs. But just a question of the officiating. Brian Robinson, he had a sack, which is a big play, 8-yard loss on Russell Wilson. Then he was called for an unsportsmanlike penalty, which unsportsmanlike conduct. Muda gave him the ball back, a first down. Seattle goes in and scores. And I'm understanding these calls. It looks like a sack and a good play to me, and yet it penalizes that team and really puts them in a bad position.
Every week it seems as though there's at least one of those question marks. No question mark what's going on right now for Seattle. As Jimmy said, seems like they're rolling. Thomas Rawls, the undrafted rookie out of Central Michigan, a big part of it. His third straight game with a rushing touchdown earns him our Visa play of the first half.
Visa Checkout Game Day Deals is the best way to get great offers every Sunday. With today's best offer, Visa Checkout users can get $20 off plus free shipping on your online Williams-Sonoma purchase of $100 or more.
So you're the devil. And